Today we are making adorable little kitten paw cookie ice cream sandwiches because when you see a kitten paw, don't you just want to, he's so cute, I just want to squish it! That's why I'm not allowed to have pets. I don't eat kitten paws. I think they are very cute though. All right, so this recipe, no kittens were harmed in the making of this recipe. You don't know that for sure though. So we're doing a really basic sugar cookie dough. I wanted to keep it nice and clean, but you can always add fun flavors to it. So vanilla sugar cookie dough, let's get started. In your mixer or in a large bowl, you wanna go in with your softened butter, as well as 1 cup of sugar. Okay, get that mixed. We're looking for a pale, fluffy, creamy, smooth consistency. That looks good. All right. So at this point, I wanna go in with my eggs and vanilla and mix them in thoroughly. Beautiful. Now, over here in a separate bowl, I have my flour already pre-measured. This is 3 cups of just plain flour. Unbleached is something that I get. I don't know if that's what you do. I'm gonna add in a pinch of salt, and then I've got half a teaspoon of baking powder, and that's just going in. And last, I got my whisk. Okay, so we are going to incorporate our dry into our wet a little bit at a time. I'm gonna do probably in 2 batches. So we'll get half of this in here, give it a mix, and repeat the process. All right, so this is my cookie dough all said and done. And now for the obligatory test. This is actually optional, but in my house when I'm cooking, I do have to test the cookie dough. I know it's gonna gross some of you out, but it's part of the job. And it sucks, I know, but somebody's gotta do it. Okay, so we wanna get this chilled before I actually start trying to shape it, because if you tried right now, it would be a big goopy mess, and then if you put it in the oven, it would be an even bigger mess. So the chilling aspect is very important. So I'm gonna get this divided into 2, and I've got 2 pieces of plastic wrap laid out here, so I'm gonna place a big hunk, 1/2, and we'll finish it up on the second piece here. Okay, so now I wanna get these nice and wrapped into discs, and these are gonna chill for about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, we have some nice chilled cookie dough, and I've also got a baking sheet with some parchment paper on it. So now, I'm gonna show you how to make these little kitty paws. We're gonna get this unwrapped, and I'm gonna pull little amounts. So we're gonna start with the main part of the paw, and that'll be kind of like a large marble size. Place that on our baking sheet. Now I want 3 smaller ones for the little toes. So about a proper marble size, just like that. And get those situated. Beautiful. So that is your basic kitty paw. Do not flatten. We want them to keep in this rounded shape while they're cooking. So I'm gonna do the rest of them. Okay, so we have an entire sheet of rounded kitty paws. At this point, I'm gonna bake them at 350 for 9 to 11 minutes or until they're a little golden around the edges. Then at that point, I'm gonna run back over here and I've got these little teaspoon measures that have perfect rounded edges, or you can use a melon baller, and we're gonna press those into our cookies to shape the kitty paws perfectly. All right, now let's talk about some of that ice cream action. So I've got a couple tubs of some vanilla ice cream down here, and the reason I get the little ones is because I've got a bit of a hack for ice cream sandwiches. You may have seen this before, a lot of people do it. It is the easiest way to make ice cream sandwiches. So we are going to use a serrated knife, and we're gonna create slices directly in the carton. That ensures that we touch the ice cream as little as possible so it doesn't melt a ton, and it's also even when you put it in your Sanny. That's short for sandwich. Okay, so I've got my discs down here. Now I wanna grab a cookie cutter, and I'm gonna cut out the perfect size. Now this cookie cutter is roughly the same size as my kitten paws, and I will do a little bit of cleanup when it's time to actually get the sandwiches sorted. But for now, we're just gonna do circles. So I'm gonna press down, wiggle, and then I'm gonna get this just on my baking sheet, which will go into the freezer in just a second. So I'm gonna repeat that, get all my discs over on my baking sheet, and any of these scraps, they can be pressed into your circular mold, just like that. Place that in the freezer, and then you'll have 1 extra circle for one of your kitten paws. So this has gotta run in the freezer though. I don't have much time. I will be right back. All right, so while our ice cream is firming up in the freezer, I have some melted pink candy melts, or you could get some white chocolate and dye it using candy colors. And I'm gonna fill each of the kitty paw indents with some of this chocolate. Don't worry about being too precious about it. You can clean it all up afterwards if you make a mess. Cool, all right, so this has got us set completely, and then we're gonna get the sandwich put together.